welcome back to another triangle strategy.
Serenoa and his stalwart allies prove their mettle against the realm's fiercest warriors before finally facing Sir Maxwell, victor of the previous tourney. After a hard-fought match, the Dawn Spear emerges victorious once more.
So we know what pretty much happened before this, aka the last episode is just the tourney. We already know the results. Serenoa knocked out along with his buddies from House Wolffort. But on the first round we beat Exam and Sorsley.
Though beaten in the end, Serenoa's courageous display impresses itself upon all in attendance. Any doubts concerning House Wolffort's martial might are put to rest. Thus marks an end to the tourney and the festivities as a whole. With the spirit of harmony in their hearts, the delegates of each nation make preparations for their return voyages.
This is where we're first gonna use the scales of conviction. We're gonna decide whether to go to Hyzante or S-Frost, which we will go to S or Hyzante this time around. Recruit that awesome mage we missed out on last lap. I do not necessarily mean Rudolph is useless. I've had his uses.
Shall be your last lordly duty this day. Now, I remind you.
But I think that Hyzante mage is better. I believe that's Lila's assistant.
It is not to be taken lightly. Worry not, Benedict. They shall be sent off with all the pomp they deserve.
You take to your new role well, Lord Serenoa. As I must now take to my own. Pray, visit me at the mines whenever you have the time.
Farewell, Frederica. May we never meet again.
Thank you for such a productive use of our valuable time. I do so love interminable speeches and watching brutes play at war. Truly, the spirit of Glenbrook was on display for all to see. Oh, but I should watch my tongue. Wouldn't want her to go whimpering to brother.
Pay my fool cousin no mind. We have work to do. Work more important than any he could hope to be trusted with.
I apologize for those two. This was a fruitful day for all in attendance.
I am glad to hear you say so, General of Laura.
I can't believe we lost. I thought you were supposed to be one of Hyzante's greatest warriors.
Our foe was a worthy one. It would be an honor to cross blades again someday.
Thank you for your hospitality. Please give my regards to Lord Simone.
Of course, Minister.
It would seem everyone is gathered. You'll find your boats are laden with a bounty of Glenbrook's finest wares and victuals. King Ragnar asks that you eat and drink your fill, and toast to our three nations' newfound alliance.
More of that swill you call wine? I suppose I could force myself to partake.
Your king honors us with his generosity. We shall present these as offerings to the goddess of salt. The Hierophant, too, will no doubt be overjoyed.
Lord Wolffort, I bring a message from King Ragnar. He would have you join our guests on their return voyage to serve as their envoy.
This is a great honor, my lord. You would represent our nation and speak with the king's voice.
If it is His Majesty's wish, it is a duty I will gladly accept. But there are two vessels and only one of me. Did King Ragnar say which of our honored guests I should accompany?
He would leave that decision to you, Lord Wolffort.
Lord Falks, as representative of another of Glenbrook's high houses, will board the ship you do not.
And why was House Telior not given this honor? Last I knew, our kingdom had 3 high houses, not 2.
And now Silvio asks, no honor is ever existent in his house, or as far as his behavior goes at least.
Mere fact that you whimper those words before us is answer enough. Good show at the tourney, Lord Serenoa. You truly are your father's son. The king has seen fit to leave this decision in your hands, and I shall not gainsay his wisdom.
A lord must be worldly as well as wise. I trust you will conduct yourself as befits the lord of a high house.
Thank you, Sir Maxwell, Lord Folks.
The king has entrusted this decision to you, my lord. I suppose you have an idea as to why.
He means to test my judgment. He is waiting to see which I choose and for what reason.
Indeed. We are friendly with both nations now, so neither choice will earn his ire. That said, there is no telling how these relations may change going forward. No doubt, the choice you make will have an effect on our own house's relationship with the nation you choose.
I understand. This requires careful consideration. Benedict, gather the others. I would hear their opinions on the matter. Then we shall consult the scales of conviction.
At once, my lord.
Alright. Time to decide with the scales. The holy relic from the deities. The real deities, not the Hierophant.
It seems your first test as lord has come. 'Tis no small matter either.
Indeed, but I needn't face it alone. I would ask each of you where you think we should go and why. State your case before the scales of conviction. Then we shall decide our destination.
We take a vote and the consensus determines our action. Is that it?
That is correct. So long as my allies walk by my side, their opinions carry equal weight to mine. Such is the way of House Wolffort. As Lord, I shall bear the weight of consequence for the Scales' decision, whatsoever they may be.
You are more serious than usual, my friend.
He understands what it means to be lord of his house.
Well, I hope you have room for a stowaway, because I'm going too. In secret, of course. I trust the new Lord Wolffort will handle the ponderous negotiations and diplomacy with grace.
Your Highness, you cannot be...
You may stay ashore if you wish, Huet.
You know I cannot allow that. If you insist on going, then I shall attend you.
Well then, it would seem the matter is settled.
There is exactly 1 coin for each of us.
It seems fate has conspired to bring balance to our proceedings.
How curious.
Curious? I see it as a sign that the heavens approve of my joining you.
You are ever the optimist, my friend.
Shall we proceed, my lord? 1 coin, 1 vote.
Very well. I would hear each of your thoughts on the matter in turn. Then you shall place your coin upon the scales of conviction and illuminate the road ahead.
It should be easy to convince anyone wherever we want them to believe, or whatever we want them to believe. Frost or Hyzante, would that we had the time to visit both. Although I may not have my own token of conviction, it is my duty to lend an ear to their arguments. That's the biggest flaw of them all. He wants everyone to decide equally as him, but he himself does not have a token. I never got that point. An honest exchange of opinions will hopefully lead to a decision that satisfies all who vote.
Lord Serenoa.
Nothing guides us convincing these guys, but it should be easy. Indeed, to hear it from Hyzantians, their society seems like a paradise. I find it difficult to imagine. I can scarce imagine a way of life not dictated by nobility and birth. Without such life, I would never have found myself in Prince Roland's service. I would never have found this pride.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, my lord. I suppose there may be some merit in visiting Hyzante. So we only need to convince Whither, Roland, and Erador. They say Hyzante is the nation of salt and sand. Do you have a reason to go there?
Indeed.
I hear the feats performed there beg our belief. Any knowledge we could gain would surely come in handy during times of need. Thank you for sharing, my lord. I see now why you wish to visit Hyzante. I almost forgot you could drop down the ladder here. All too pointless, cause no more treasure left.
Lord Serenoa, hello.
Hello there. Nope, that's getting old.
Serenoa.
Lord Serenoa.
Say.
Doubtless Frost will be a close partner in the days ahead. It would be wise to see how they live, don't you think? What reasons have you for wanting to visit Hyzante? I just have a feeling. Ain't this the best response? This is more like an Frost answer. And then, judging from the response too from Whither, starting to see small foreshadowing as to what's really gonna be involved later in the war. We know how the source is the source of a lot of evil too.
I suppose.
Ah yes, the source. One can only wonder how it differs from any other body of water. Now that you mention it, I would very much like to see such a sight with my own eyes. Okay, quick thought here. I didn't even know that the source is a body of water. It seems like it's just full of salt. Although now it's making sense how if we use electric or thunder magic on the surface, it's gonna spread throughout the salt area. When, you know, we did the battle, second to the last battle against Camcel in last lap. I wonder what everyone else thinks. You've given me much to consider, friend.
Listen, lad.
Can't very well say Hyzante holds much appeal to me. Sorceley and Exham are too clever by half. I'm sure the people of Frost will give a warm reception, even if their weather won't. Ah, yeah. Want to go to Hyzante, do you? Care telling me why, my lord? Sorry about the sand and sun. The simple guy.
Aye, but...
I understand your curiosity, my lord, but your union with Federica marks an important turning point. You'll have other chances to visit the source, and make no mistake. Right now, you should set your eyes on making your lady love happy. Alright. Thank you for sharing your thoughts on the matter, my lord. Some balance between utility and liberty, so we'll go liberty this time. I would have thought you an expert on the subject, considering your bride-to-be hails from that very land, but allow me to tell you what I know. Esfrost is nestled within the snowy mountains to the north and is famed for its abundance of iron and expertise in smithing. Their elite soldiers, known as the Black Irons, managed to make quite the name for themselves during the Salt Iron War, including Gromad the Iron Fist. The nation is led by Archduke Gustadolf, Lady Frederica's older brother, and though he holds most of Esfrost's political power, he encourages the people to act freely and promotes individuals on the basis of ability, rather than blood or social status. I see, that sounds wonderful. Perhaps it does now, but we mustn't forget that they were the very ones who caused the war of 30 years past. And the ones who's gonna start it again. They are an ambitious people living in a cold and harsh nation, which makes me think that hunger of theirs is still alive and well. Pray forgive me, I forget myself sometimes. I hope my foolish ramblings have not clouded your judgment. The decision is yours to make, Lord Serenoa, and I am sure you will choose most wisely. Lord Wolffort, I know your position as head of your house comes with many responsibilities, but being party to Roland's fancies is not one of them. I hope you understand that. Alright, let's lecture the older brother guy. Thoughts like that are precisely why he is still so immature. I wish the solution were so simple, but neither the king nor kingdom is perfect. Even so, why would he choose a path that leads to his own suffering? It seems I misjudge you, Prince Franny. You worry a lot more for Roland than I had thought. Worry? There is no cure for foolishness, so why would I waste my worries on him? Lord Wolffort, you needn't indulge my little brother. He is spoiled enough. Okay, I think that's everyone. Time to make a decision.
It is time to cast our votes. Do we journey to the Grand Duchy of Esfrost, or the Holy State of Hyzante? Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
You've convinced me.
Okay, we convinced the prince. If that is your wish, then so be it. Hyzante is just as good as Esfrost. Didn't convince Frederica. Nor Gila.
You have my vote.
Where my lord goes, I follow.
I changed my mind.
Okay. Hyzante has its charms, I admit. Charms I mean to see for myself. Sir Erdor didn't sound so convinced. But I guess we won him over.
The scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
Pretty unanimous,
The way
surprisingly.
forward is decided. We journey to Hyzante.
Just winning grants plus 10 liberty. Interesting.
We have decided. We set sail for the holy state of Hyzante. Whether or not it proves to be the right choice will depend on our actions. I trust in you all.
We are ready to set sail, Lord Patriot.
Very good, my lord. When you pay respects to the Holy One and the Saintly Seven, remember that you do so on behalf of our king.
Lord Serenoa, we are honored that you would choose to grace our nation with your presence. That said, I must offer you a warning as well.
It may be in Lady Frederica's best interests to remain here in Glenbrook. I fear there may be some complications were she to come to Hyzante.
Huh? She is half-sister to the Archduke and my betrothed besides. What complications could there possibly be?
Okay, now that it's perfect actually that we did morality ending last lap. Now we know that complication is the fact that she's Roselle, and the Hyzantians are pretty much racist to the Roselles.
None, if I had any say in it. However, the matter is more delicate than that.
Your lady's hair would draw attention. Unfortunately, none of it favorable.
My mother's hair. The pink locks of the Roselle. Mother once told me of how her people fled Hyzante.
Then you know how the Roselle are viewed in our nation. How the gospel of the goddess regards them as sinners.
Yes, I do. But I am from Esfrost, and I assure you I have committed no sins.
Of course, my lady. Very well then. I will do all in my power to see your visit is a pleasant one.
Thank you. Pray forgive my outburst.
You've no need to apologize. Still, I must ask, are you certain?
I must go. I would see with my own eyes. See where and how my mother and her people suffered.
Alright, that's that for this first part of the chapter. Moving to Hyzante next.